Dogpound for the football team this year arguably was better than any other year. Levi and Pat were a big part of the Dogpound. However, with there only being limited tickets due to COVID, it had a big effect on the Dogpound's attendance.
In my opinion, I think it did because, when COVID wasn't going around, we had our actual season. There were a lot of people to show up, a lot of people to be in the Dog Pound, a lot of energy. And I think the fact that we had limited tickets kind of dwindled that a little bit, but we still kept it going.
I think it was kind of like with the lottery system, it was kind of like you didn't know if you were going to get to go or not. So it meant that much more being there, and most people that got the tickets stayed the whole game.
The head coach, Bill Malone, thinks the Dog Pound this year was better than any other.
I think this was the best year for the Dog Pound. I've been here since its inception, and I know the kids enjoyed being down there on the hill, and it was a pretty cool look for a couple of years. But with you guys up there right behind us, it made all the difference in the world. And then it's our second year doing it that way, and I think this year was better than any other. You guys did a great job.
Compared to last year, the Dog Pound was very energetic and came together as a family to help the football team win.
I think it was way better than last year. The Dog Pound was good last year, but I think we had a lot more energy, a lot more excitement, and a lot more participation when it comes to Dog Pound leaders and just people in the Dog Pound as a whole.
Last year it was weak. This year we came in, we painted up, we had chants. We went everywhere. We went to the volleyball state game and we had chants and everyone loved it. We were just a big family.
Some of the Dog Pound leaders spoke about how they think the Dog Pound will perform next year with all the seniors leaving.
I honestly have no clue, but I hope, me being a Dog Pound leader, I hope that they do a good job, they maintain it really well, don't let things get out of hand, and just maintain their responsibility and make it a fun experience for everybody.
I don't think it's going to be the same. I don't think that they can hold on to the legacy that we built. I think it's going to have a gap year, and then the year after that, it's going to be a really good one. They'll pick up on it and they'll fix some things, but it'll be okay.
Coach Malone doesn't think the seniors leaving this year will have an effect on the Dog Pound's performance.
You know what, I tell you what, every single year seniors think that the school's going to fall down, melt, implode, and never be the same. And every year we come back in August and there's a new group ready to take over. This year's group of seniors is really special. I look forward to seeing what they're going to do in the rest of the sports. The Dog Pound was really special. But there's somebody waiting in the wings who we don't know yet. And it's like those little kids over there that we hear playing, doing recess. One of these days they'll be up here and they may be the best Dog Pound ever.
Although this was a very good year for the Dog Pound, there were positives and negatives of the outcomes of the Dog Pound each week.
Oh, do you want me to really tell you what they could do well? Sweet Caroline, bump, bump, bump. That was the best thing that they did. But what can they improve on? I guess they could probably get a few more kids out there, but it was absolutely awesome hearing those guys and girls.
I think, like I said again, it just didn't have that much energy as I'd like it to. But I mean, we still kept it going, no matter how many people we had in there. But I mean, yeah, I would have just changed the amount of people that went. Try to get the people to be a little bit more excited. Try to get into the game more, because there were a lot of people not participating. But I mean, you'll see that wherever you go. So hopefully it'll change.
I think this year we did really good. We had a lot going for us. We hung out all the time. We went everywhere together. We built that relationship with each other to where it was like, we have to go to this, we have to chant, we got to be as loud as we can because we don't know. It's our last year. We don't know if we're going to ever be together again like this.
Baby beating cut up. Private playing Wi-Fi on the FaceTime with Johnny. I told him ice my wrist up. I like to hold my fist up. How they boy the baby in the end, getting.
There were tailgates held at 6:30 for every home game. This was not only a time for the Dog Pound to coordinate for the game, but also to just hang out and have fun before going all out during the game.
The tailgates definitely attracted a lot more attention. It gives you time to chill out with your friends, talk about what's going on during the game or just life in general. You get to meet some new people. I definitely had this year, and it just gets us ready for what we're about to go through.
Tailgates were a lot of fun. We played spike ball and cornhole before, and everyone would kind of put their paint on if they were going to paint. And it was a chance to see those people that you never get to see. Like, a lot of us have classes in other places. We're not at the school, but through the tailgate, we were all able to hang out and eat and just sit there and talk, have a good time.
Each week there was a different theme for how the Dogpound would dress. Levi and Pat had their favorite themes for different reasons.
I think definitely mine was blackout. Just seeing all the seniors get together in the Dogpound, just in unity, seeing that they all get along and coming for one cause, and that's to support our team.
Western, definitely Western. I got to wear the boots, got to wear the jeans, throw on my cowboy hat. I felt in my element.
In prior years, the Dogpound was located on a hill beneath the scoreboard. A lot of people would rather be on the hill, but Coach Malone gave a good reason on why being in the bleachers for the Dogpound is better.
I think that being able to hear them, we said earlier about being down in the end zone, the only time you guys were a real factor was when we were going in to score or when we were trying to keep somebody out. But here, the Dogpound was able to be heard throughout the entire game, and it was really a cool thing. I enjoyed turning around and looking at them a few times.
I would definitely like to be on the hill. The bleachers weren't that bad. It was kind of cramped though, and there were a lot of people just crammed up in the bleachers. That's why I like the hill better. But yeah, I would definitely suggest the hill because there was a lot more spacious room. You know what I mean?
This is the question of the year. A lot of us got to experience the hill and we loved it and we miss it, but I think this is a good spot. I like this spot because you can talk to everyone. They're right here. You don't feel so distanced from the players. It's a good spot.
With the Dogpound in the bleachers, it gave the players an opportunity to communicate with the Dogpound during the game.
I think it helped them out a lot. It gave them it gave them some more motivation, to work hard and push past the obstacle, and kind of that drive to win the game.
Oh, it's awesome. They get a good play, they'll come off and they'll come running over to you. You'll give them a little handshake and tell them good job, and it just builds energy that much more because they know you're pushing for them.
Coach Malone thinks the lottery system for getting tickets affected the Dogpound heavily.
Oh, I think we would have had piles of people in here. I mean, I think with us selling every ticket to the home games, the 5 that we had, we always had a good crowd. But yeah, it wasn't like years in past. You remember the Monroe area game a few years ago when the people just hanging on the dang rails. Looking forward to the day when we can get back to doing that and get more kids up there too.